So, uh, I think everyone can see on the screen here. Yes. Let me adjust it. Yeah. Why is it not starting? Okay. So for those who have opened their AutoCAD, so this is the interface that you will see. We have there where we can start our AutoCAD. You have we can open some file that we have already, or we can create a new file that we are going to work in. So we have even some Autodesk online platform that we can access. Maybe we will see some of this. When we want to learn, we have some tutorials there, and we can see your insight, what you do with your AutoCAD. So now on this page here, you can have all of your project that you work in. It will appear on this page here. It will be like some of the files that I've opened. Yeah, thank you. So those are some of the projects that I've been working on with AutoCAD. So that's why it is appearing here. So the other thing is the announcement we may come or not. This is because of the internet. So if you have internet, those will appear there. So by starting, we are going to click on new, because we are going to start the new project. You can click on new there, and we start your AutoCAD. So I think all of you have this interface of AutoCAD. So it means when you get this, it means that you are ready now to draw. So we have the two palettes up there, where we can find some lines and some other tools that we need to draw. But mostly in AutoCAD we use lines. Lines is the main tool that we'll be using in AutoCAD. It means when you have AutoCAD, you can't use AutoCAD without knowing what you are going to do. You have to have those skills, those basic skills in drawing. Means when you are going to draw a floor plan, you need to know how your floor plan need to be. When it is about those kind of details or structure or details like retaining walls, footings, or other things, you need to know how those details need to be, so that you can use AutoCAD. So you can say that AutoCAD, okay, a good tool for beginner, but you have to get those basic skills in drawing. So as all of them are engineers and designers and architects, so I think all of you have those basic skills, right? So this palette up here, these tools, this layer of palette we will use it most of the time. And the other thing that you need to have in your palette, in your interface here, is the properties. In AutoCAD we have the command line. The command line is where we can type what we need, and we can get the different kind of element that we can select. Then we choose what we need. Then we type enter. After we'll have it. For example, by starting, we are going to open our property interface here, so that we can have it. So all of them, we are seeing the command line down here, which say type a command. We may type our command there, then we click enter, it will appear there, or it will come with that command that we want. So by starting, let's start using this type command. We are going to type property, or we can type PRO. So we will see up the property. Yes, the PR. Then we'll see the properties. We click on that properties up there. So this property is one of the tools that is being used in AutoCAD, because when you are going online, it will tell us the general information about that line. It will tell us the color, the layers, and the line weight, the line type, and it will tell us the plot style, how will it appear on our sheet when we are going to export the PDFs, and other information about lines or other things that we are using. Even we say about the blocks and others, all of them have their properties. We need to make sure we are using the right properties and the right layers, so that we cannot have some errors in our drawings. So now you have your properties there. So we are starting by seeing how we can draw. So with this property, let me open again. When you type PR for property, you can click enter. So some of you will have it like so some of you will have it on this side of your PC, or the other one can come everywhere in your screen. So you need to fix it on one side of your PC, so that it may not disturb you when drawing. So you will just click it, select it, and move it on the other side of your interface. Just move your. It is not. Is it moving? Just drag it. Okay. When we start drawing, we're going to use lines. So you can have in your tool palette up here, you can in home you can have lines, polyline, circle, arc. Maybe you can select one line here, then you can start drawing. AutoCAD will always give you a specific point that you are drawing on. So when you start drawing, you will have your line there with the dimension, even the angles there. You can draw. Yeah. So for better drawing in AutoCAD, you will need to see where there is this x-axis and y-axis. It is very important. In each software, in each design software, we use this x and y-axis. So you need to draw near this axis so that when you take your drawing and you move it to another software, those software will detect this x and y axis by locating your drawing there. So if you, for example, if you used to draw, if you draw your drawings near this x and y axis, in your other software, when you take your DWG file to the other software, directly to detect the x and y axis from the other software to match it to your AutoCAD file. Then your drawing will be near your x and y axis from other software. So most of the time, for the AutoCAD users, you will find that they will be drawing in the far away from this x and y axis. It will be a challenge to take those drawings to the x and y axis. So you need to be near this x and y axis so that you can draw in good way. So you can delete this, then make sure you are near this x and y axis. Now you can start drawing. So this will be the lines. So about this line, when you use this type of line, each and every line that you draw will be separate from other. So but when you use the polyline is the good type of line that can be used when you are going to draw the continuous lines. So for example, when we use this polyline, this will be like one line. When you are going to select it, it will be selected all of your line that you was drawing will be as one line. But for the line, it will be separately selected. So did you try to draw with this two type of lines? Okay, then we can continue with the circles. It's very simple. You can draw by, we have different type of drawing cycle. We can draw it by radius, we can draw it by diameter. For the first one was for radius. We can draw it by diameter by entering the total length of our diameter of a circle. Then we have our circle there. So the same as the arc, you can draw arc by 3 points. You can draw arc by center method. You can use angles and other things. So let's try the 3-point method. You can click one method for one for radius. Then the third one will be for crossing. Yeah. Or we can use this second method for using the centers. Or you can have some rectangles. Yeah. You can draw some rectangles or polygon. Yeah, those are some of the tools that we'll be using by drawing. Means when you are going to start drawing our floor plan or other things, we need to start first with lines. Then we'll create the other component after. So even for the ellipse, you can have the center method. Then after specifying the center point, can specify how our ellipse will be shaped. Yeah. So now this is the creation of some kind of shapes that we can have in AutoCAD. We are going to explore all of these tools here today. For example, let's start drawing a lines that we are going to use it by creating like a floor plan, a simple floor plan. In selection of, I'm going to delete all of these lines to start the new drawings. We have two types of selection. We have a selection going upward, which will make each line that have been touched by the selection to be selected. So this is one kind of selection. So we have another one, which is to select going downward. So this one will select something which have been covered by that blue area. So for example, when we select this rectangle, you can see that it is not yet selected, but when we cover it, it is now selected. It can now be selected. So for the green one, when we start selecting, when we touch the lines, all of the rectangle will be selected. So this is the quick one. For those kind of thing that you are going to delete, for those kind of things that you are going to select and delete when you don't want some part of them. So you can select all of this. For the line here, remember this line here, I use the line tool, not polyline. So when I use the green one, it will select only one line. So I need to cover all of them so that it can be selected. So the same case as the blue line. So let me delete them. So the first thing that we are going to do is to set our unities, so that when we type our command, in our command the length and the width that we want, it will be accurate. So we need to type unit in our command line. So you can use this command line by coming there and type unity, UN. We'll have unity up there, or you can even come out here in your interface without clicking on your command line, on your type command, then you type UN, and it will come with unities there. So you can take your cursor, then your cast, then you click UN, then you click enter for the setting of unities. So this is the other way. The third way is to come here in your AutoCAD properties, then you go in drawing utility. After going in drawing utilities, then you go in Unity. There you can find the same command as the UN that we were typing. So now you can set your unities there. Most of the time in architecture we mostly use millimeters in dimension for better accurate of the things. So what do you use? What do you use in this country? Millimeters. Now, for the length, we can click here. We can work with these decimals. Then, for the precision, we can remain with 2 zeros. Or if you don't need those kind of decimals in your dimension or your work, you can put 0. So, but for better accurate, to have your accuracy in your drawings, you can put 2 zeros. But when we reach on the level of dimensioning, we remove all of those kind of decimals. So for the millimeter, it is already there. For the degrees, we use decimal degrees. That's true. The precision is 0. We don't want those kind of points in our degrees. So now, if you have this, you can click OK to start. So now, as we are starting, you can come online, click online, then start drawing by first click, then you go up. By going up, you will see your unit is there, which is changing. So you can type your preferred length of line that you want. Maybe I'm going to draw a line of 20 millimeter, no, 20 meter. It will be 2000 millimeter. Then you click enter. Your line will be there like this. We have a line there. Then we type other 3000 millimeter. It means 3 meter. Enter. Then we have another 2000 millimeter. Then we close our rectangle. After closing, you can click on your right click, then enter. So you will see that here we have a rectangle of 2 meter up and 3 meter in white. Don't have the mouse. I'm going to struggle. But it's okay. Huh? Yeah. So now we can use this kind of command of typing our unities there. even for polyline, it will be very simple. It's just first click, then type your length. It will be like 4 meter by 3 meter, enter, by 4, then pause, right click, then enter. So this is a polyline. Those are lines. So as you can see, this kind of drawing can work better with those rectangle shapes that we can be using. Maybe we can come on rectangle, then we start drawing our rectangle. So you can see that we have two sides. The first, we can type our length for the first side, like 3 meter. Then after typing our first side, we can click on tab, then we type it will automatically go for the second side. We type 2 meter, then after putting our unities for the second side, we can click enter. So now we have our rectangle here. The rectangle, yes, we click on rectangle up there. Then we start drawing by clicking first click. Then after having our first click, we will have those kind of rectangle shape with two unities. So the one which is activated is the upper one. We type our length there, 3 meter. After typing our length for the first side, we click on tab on your keyboard. Click on tab. Then after clicking on tab, you will have the access to type the second side length. Then we type our unities there. Then we click enter. Then we have our rectangle. So when you have an error in your drawing, you can click Control Z. Yes, Control Z for the backward. So now let's continue. Let's try to see if we want to move our drawings. Like we want to move this rectangle to take it to the other side here. We use the move command. We can type M in our command, then we have move there. We click enter. By selecting our object there, then we take it from here up to where we want it to be. So you will select your lines or your rectangle, then click on M on your keyboard. Then it will come up with a command of move. Click enter. Then you take your object, then you move it everywhere where you want it to be. So or you can select your object and use the move tool up here. We have a move tool. Then you click on it. You can move it, like put it there. So that is the same thing that we can do by when we want a copy. We will select our rectangle, can select it, Then you go to copy. You click, first click, then you go with a copy of your object. If you want to have 2 copies or 3, it will depend. Then after the copies, after copying your objects, then you click right click, you go to right click, then enter. Yeah, for soon. Okay. Now let's continue. Did you try to use this stretch? For the stretch, we may just select our objects and go to stretch. Then we can click Control Z, Control Z. We can select our object, then stretch. We can take 1 point. For the rectangle, because we didn't explode our rectangle, that's the reason why it is going all of them without stretching. So it means we need to explode it. We will click on this rectangle. So we are going to explode it by lines. We click on explode, or you can type EX. You will see the explode command down here. Then you click on it. Automatically your selected object will be exploded. Now you can see that we can select one line by one. So when we want to stretch it, it will like this stretch. So with this rectangle, if we select it, we can see that they have the nodes on the edge and on the middles. So that means that we can click on the middle edge, on the middle point of this line. Then it will move along with all of this shape. So if we take the edge on the corner, it can go with all of the two lines like this. For the rotation, we have to select our object, then rotate. We need to specify a base point. Our base point, let's take it as this corner. Then we can rotate now by moving our object along that base corner, base point. Now, maybe you can put it here. So because we are using the coordinates, it is not preferable to draw under this green and red line or this y and x axis, because when you draw on the other side of this, your coordinate may become in negative or in minus. So when it detects the minus, by using another software or in plotting, it will be difficult to locate those kind of those drawings that have been drawn under those lines. So it's better to draw on this side of your interface. So for mirroring our objects, we will select it, then we go to mirror. You can type MI, then we have a command of mirror, enter, then we specify the point of the mirror line. We click it like this, then we go down or we go up or we go on the other degree here. Yeah. Then when we click the second point, we will have the two shapes there. AutoCAD will ask us if we want a copy of the original one or if we want to mirror the original one. So it will ask us erase the source object. Then we say yes or no. If we say yes, the original one will go. If we say no, we'll keep the two shapes there. So another useful tools is scale. When we want to scale things, so we select an object, then we go to scale. Then we specify a base point, which will not be moved. We stay there. Then the other part of the shape will be scaled according to that point. We specify it. Then we can go up to where we want to scale to the exact scale that we want. Or if this most of the time this method cannot have accuracy, and we need accuracy when we are scaling. So we use the other command down here in the type command. We will have two options. We have a copy or reference. We need to use the reference so that we can specify our one side of our shape, the scale that we want on one side, then it will scale the other shape according to that reference point. So we need to specify the reference point. The reference point is going to be this one. Then the second one is going to be this. Then we can start, if you see, it can move, but according to the line down there as a reference. Now, if you have the measurement for that down line there, we can type 3 meter or 2 meter. Then our rectangle, we have 2 meter down and the other one we scale according to that, to this side. So this is very useful as we are going to work with the objects. Even for the other softwares, you need to rescale your project or your drawings before you start drawing on it in AutoCAD. Okay, you scale this. By scaling this, you first select your object, your rectangle here, then you go to scale. After going to scale, you will specify a base point. You click your base point, it will be this one. Then you can see we can now start scaling our object. So after this stage, we look down on the type command. On the type command, we have a copy or reference. We will use a reference. We take a reference. So it means we are going to take one side as a reference, then we scale that side, and that reference side will scale the other sides of the object. For example, after clicking on reference, we'll again take a reference point, the first reference point, then we take the second reference point. You see that we have 2 meters here. You click the second, then you start, when you move your mouse, it will go with the shape. So it means we are just scaling the downside of the rectangle. Then let's type 3 meters. So it means that we want that side to be 3 meters only. Then the other side will be scaled according to the 3 meters of the downside. When we click enter, even the other side will be scaled according to those 3 meters. And you can type your So let's continue. We can say about we're going to say about the trim, fillet, and array. So let me export this. Okay. Then most of the case we have something like this. Maybe I can have a copy of this line. Yeah. So for the trim, for better using this trim, we can select all of these lines. Then we are going to trim some of those parts of the line. So you can click on trim. So when we put our mouse on the end of the line, on the other part it will disappear. So when we click, things means we delete the part of that line. So we can delete this and that one. Select all of them, then delete this. You can trim this, or we can trim the other one there. Yeah. So for the fillet, you can click on fillet. Then you can take this line, we join it with the other one. It will join automatically. Or we can use this by using radius. We click on fillet. Then we go to the type command. We have undo polyline radius trim multiple. We can click on radius, take this and this, and we click on the other line, then we join it with this. So it will have a corner with a radius like this, with a quarter circle like this. Okay, so we are going to click on fillet. Then we go for the radius. You can see in your type command down there, we have radius. We click on radius. Then we specify the point that we want to join, the 2 points that we want to join, that we have those quarter circle in their corner. It is this one and this one. Then we click this line there, and we join it with the other one there. So for better precision on this radius, we will click on radius. Then we can type the length of our radius. Maybe if we want a radius of 1 meter, we'll type here 1 meter before specifying those 2 points. Then we click enter. We click the one line like this, and we click the other one like this. Means this quarter circle will take a radius of 1 meter. Yeah. We are coming on fillet. Then we go to radius in the command line. Then the command line will ask us to specify the radius length, the length of the radius. Maybe I was using 1 meter, but now let me use 500, so that may appear small. Then we click enter. Then we click on one line and the second one. So we have a radius of 50 centimeter. So now for the array. For the array, it's a tool that we use to multiply our object by a specific number. Maybe you can select this rectangle, this object here. Then we go on array. It will be like this. So we have 3 here and 4 there. Now we can just reduce those numbers and click enter. Then if we select this object that we apply this array tool, it will be selected with all their copies. So we can move it like this. We will remain with 3 or with 3 and 2. When we move it here, we stay with 1. Yeah, that's how we use this array tool. Or we can come here in our properties. Then you see on these muscles, you can have columns and you can have the rows. So if we change the columns into 7, it will change automatically, and we can have this for like 4. It will increase their rows into 4 lines. So we have there the row spacing and column spacing. All of them you can set it. So now let's continue with the modifying tool, where we remain with erase, explode, and offset. For the erase, when you click on erase, you can just delete some of the lines. Like you can erase all the object. If it's a polyline, you can just erase all of it. It may work as a delete. So when we click on, for example, erase this one and this one, enter. Then you go to erase. Want to erase this. When you click on it, it will disappear like this. Then we click enter. After clicking enter, when we want to reuse that command of erase, we click on enter. The command will be back Then we continue by erasing this. Enter, then you click another enter. Then we erase this. Enter. Yeah, it's very simple. For the explode, we have seen this before about the exploding things. Maybe it may be a polyline or a polygon. So when we are going to draw a polygon, it will have a number of sides of our polygon. Maybe it will be 5. Maybe we can type 6 or 7. It's a number of sides. Then we click enter. We start drawing our polygon. It will be inscribed or circumscribed. Yeah, circumscribed. So maybe let's draw the circumscribed one, where our polygon is coming out of the circle. Then we determine the radius, like 1 meter. Enter. So by having this polygon, can select it, then we click on explode. All the sides will be separated. So for the offset, we can click on offset so that we may have the offset of the sides. So after clicking on offset, you can have some of the command that you are going to follow. Specify the offset distance. Maybe we are using millimeter. We can have 200 as the thickness or the offset of the distance offset. Then enter. You click on your line. First click. Then it will ask you to go outside or inside. When you put your mouse outside, it will go outside. So when you click on the other line, the mouse is outside, it will be outside or inside. Then you click the inside. Yeah. It will be like this. So by having this, we can now have a trim. We cut those edges like this. Then escape. Now we have our shape like which will stay with their offsets. So we may want to have an offset of this array. We will select them like this. Then go to edit source. Then we can make some edits on the first shape that we was having. Maybe we can do the offset to offset is 20. Then after this, we can trim those sides. Then enter. So then we can save the change here. Can click on save. So all of our array we adapt the original one. So for now, any question about the drawing tools and modifying tools? On the extent. So for the extent, if we want to, for example, do the extent on this shape. So we have two options. The first option, which is good, is to move by using those nodes. So you can click on one, go like this. If it is a closed shape, it will move with their edges. Let's do it on the rectangle. We have a rectangle like this. Then you can select it. When you move the edges, it will go with the other sides like this. So for this, we can use stretch. You can take one point, it will go all with their edges. So if we take one side, it will go with one side. So we need to rejoin those lines. Then we can join those. This one still have radius. Then put polylines. Yes. Now this with this. Now this is done. Hmm. Was that you mean? Oh, on the trim. Yeah, this will work as a trim, but on one side of the line. So maybe we may have we see on the floor when we are on the afternoon session, we will be having a line which can join to uh, the perpendicular line. So we can use the extends. Take this one to move that. So it will automatically detect the perpendicular one. So, any question on the drawing and modifying tools? Now can you just know the full time? Are you doing those things? You the full time? So I need to give me a couple of Saturday night. Don't need to give it to my. Is it possible to draw a floor plan using those drawing tool and modifying tool? But some of you are not familiar with floor plans. So let's try to draw a simple floor plan by using lines and polyline. Let me start by using rectangle. I'm going to draw a house of 9 meters by, then I click tab by 11. I have another polyline. Let me use offsets. I select the rectangle, then explode. Select this line. Then I make an offset of 5 meters. Then I select this. I do another offset of 3 meters or 3.5. Then enter this one again. Take this offset of 4. Then I use 2.5. Yeah. So now I'm going to trim this line. Change to trim this, and this. So I have another offset of 150 here, then the other one of 150 again, enter. Make 1. Then trim this and this. maybe offset. Stuff. Okay. So I make an offset of 1 meter. Still there. Yes. I need all of these to go. Yes. Yes. Let's offset 1 meter. Yes. Then I need to chamfer fillet this one. This. So offset of 60. 100 meter. Take this kit to here. You can go to extend this. Then I go to trim this, this, and this. So then offset 200. And I go to trim. What is the meaning? And this means engineer. Yeah. What's the meaning of how do we say architect in Israel? Salif.
Msanii.
Sanif. Okay. So we are going to take 45 minutes for lunch. Then we come back. Means we will come back on at 3:10. No, yes, 3:20. 15. Yes. So okay. Let's stop by here, then go for lunch. We use our minutes very nicely, then we come back. Sorry? Yeah, you can rate it there. No problem.